right. Homer, Los Angeles. You're on the Wilkow Majority. Hello.
Andrew, I haven't talked to you in a while. I'm sorry. I feel terrible, but I've been listening. I'm taking exception with a couple things you're saying. I feel right now you're painting a broad brush and you're talking in extreme hyperbole. And,
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole, excuse me. I would like for you to tell me and your audience where President Obama said if he gets reelected, he's going to take away their Second Amendment right and the right to own guns.
I never said he said that.
Didn't you say the Second Amendment would go away?
I said there's an animosity towards the Second Amendment. We've seen that with Fast and Furious. We're seeing it right now with the Trayvon Martin case. We're seeing a direct animosity towards the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is blamed for drug violence in Mexico. The Second Amendment is being blamed for the death of Trayvon Martin. The Second Amendment is blamed by Democrats for crime in urban areas all the time, sir. I have never said the president has said statedly that he was going to repeal the Second Amendment with an executive order.
So you didn't say, as you were talking about when you were giving your speech, about if the president stays in office for 4 more years, we're going to lose amendments?
Yeah, I did say that.
Isn't that
you can lose amendments through backdoor means, sir? For example, during the Clinton years, on what authority was the federal government standing when it created the Clinton assault weapon ban? I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the answer.
I will answer you. The answer is I don't know. I'm not going to speak on something that I'm not aware of.
So you're calling to tell me, you're calling to highlight my ignorance on an issue when we've seen historically in contemporary American history that the federal government doesn't need to come at an amendment to the Constitution directly. It can use backdoor means by which to overstep the Constitution.
I never said the word ignorant. First of all, you did. Secondly, all I'm saying to you is I don't believe that Democrats want to get rid of the Second Amendment. All they really want is more measures to protect people who don't have gun, But they don't have that authority at the federal level, sir. That is a states' rights issue. Read your Constitution clearly. Read it for yourself. Read all the enumerated powers. Read the Militia Act of 1791. Read the Second Amendment, read the 10th Amendment, and then call me back and tell me where you see from the federal perch of Washington, D.C., the power to regulate the firearms industry. I see it in the states. I see it in the counties. I see it in the cities and the townships. It is not to be found in the federal government's purview. It doesn't exist. So is the Brady bill unconstitutional?
Yes.
So why didn't the Supreme Court turn it around if it's unconstitutional?
The Supreme Court doesn't always act within the bounds of the Constitution, sir. They upheld slavery. They upheld segregation. They upheld internment. You tell me where Franklin Delano Roosevelt would get the authority from the federal perch to intern an American citizen for the crime of being Japanese, sir.
So it's your
I'm asking you a question. You're calling up. You're trying to challenge me on something. The problem is you have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
I can start throwing information about to you that you might not.
No, that's not. No, hold on a second, sir. Sir, internment is taught in every high school and college classroom in the United States. It's not some esoteric moment in history. Everybody knows during World War II we locked Japanese Americans away in internment camps. The federal government asserted the authority to incarcerate American citizens without charge. Their only crime was being Japanese. The Supreme Court upheld that.
I understand that, and I'm aware of that, and I disagree with it for many levels. You should not be persecuted because you're Japanese, and you shouldn't be
Sir, it's not a question of persecuting people because they're Japanese. The question is when the government oversteps the Constitution for what's considered good measures, you also get a whole lot of bad measures, which is why it's the benefit to all in America to keep the federal government in the parameters and the boundaries of the Constitution. If you in California don't like guns, ban them at the state level. I don't care what you do there. Just don't bother me where I live.